The middle class is the most taxed, most indebted, most financially exhausted group of people on earth. They work the hardest. They play by the rules. They do everything they were told to do. And somehow, no matter how much they earn, they never actually get ahead. Most people think this is bad luck or poor discipline. It isn't. It's by design. Here's what's actually happening. In 1971, a man named Robert Kiyosaki watched his father, a highly educated government employee, a man who did everything right, struggle financially his entire life, while his friend's father, a man who never finished school, built a real estate empire and retired wealthy. Same country, same era, completely different outcomes. The difference wasn't intelligence, it wasn't effort, it was what each man did with his money. Kiyosaki's poor dad believed in job security, a steady salary, and climbing the ladder. His rich dad believed in owning assets that generated income regardless of whether he showed up to work. One man spent his life trading time for money. The other built things that made money for him. One retired comfortable but never wealthy. The other retired free. This is the middle-class trap in its simplest form, and the system around you is specifically built to keep you in it. Think about how middle-class wealth actually works. Most people spend 30 years paying a mortgage on a house they were told is an asset, but a real asset puts money in your pocket. A mortgage takes money out every single month for 3 decades. The bank collects interest. The insurance company collects premiums. The government collects property tax. By the time the house is paid off, most people have paid nearly double its original value to various institutions. The house didn't make them wealthy. It made the bank wealthy. Then there's tax. A middle-class employee earning a salary pays income tax before they see a single dollar. The wealthy don't earn salaries. They earn through businesses and investments which are taxed completely differently. Lower rates, more deductions, more loopholes built specifically for asset owners. Warren Buffett famously pays a lower tax rate than his secretary. That's not an accident. The tax code was written by people who own assets for people who own assets. And then there's consumer debt. Credit cards, car loans, buy now, pay later. The entire consumer finance industry exists to give middle-class people access to things they can't afford, so they spend tomorrow's money today and pay interest for the privilege. The average American carries thousands in credit card debt at 20% interest. That interest doesn't go anywhere useful. It feeds directly into the profits of financial institutions owned by the people who are already wealthy. The middle class isn't struggling because they're lazy or stupid. They're struggling because every financial product marketed to them, the mortgage, the car loan, the credit card, the pension, benefits someone else more than it benefits them. The escape is not complicated, but it requires thinking differently than everything around you is telling you to think. Stop acquiring liabilities that look like assets. Start acquiring actual assets, things that generate income without requiring your time. Investments, businesses, royalties, content, anything that pays you whether you show up or not. The wealthy figured this out generations ago. The middle class is still waiting for someone to teach it to them. Now you know. Subscribe if this changed how you see the system.